Look, if you're like me, your calendar probably looks something like this. Back-to-back meetings, family commitments, that gym session you keep trying to keep. And now you're thinking about adding 20 hours of CFP study time to each week. I know, it feels impossible. Earlier this year, I decided to transition from a 15-year career in tech to financial planning. And I'm applying the same battle-tested strategies I used to manage a 50 to 60 hour work week as a new parent to now studying for the certification. In this video, we're not just going to focus on study tactics, though we'll definitely cover some of those. Instead, we're going to walk through the exact systems and mindset shifts I learned to make space for significant growth. Because let's be real, you want to pass the CFP exam on your first try. Now, our first step is going to be taking a hard look at where our time is actually going. And I mean actually going, not where you think it's going. See, when we think about our time in the abstract, we tend to overlook those small time leaks that add up. You know, the 30 minutes scrolling on your phone, or that quick Target run that somehow turns into an hour-long expedition. Here's what's going to make this audit different from other ones you may have tried. We're going to assume that your work hours are fixed. Yeah, we're going to talk about managing work boundaries and protecting your energy. But for now, let's focus on the rest of your week. Grab your calendar and start logging everything outside of work in 15-minute blocks. I mean everything. The 3 loads of laundry you do every Sunday, your weekly meal prep, the standing phone call with your mom, your kids' soccer practice, grocery shopping, your morning workout routine, Netflix time, everything. Now, our goal isn't to judge how you're spending your time. It's to get an accurate picture of what's really going on. Because once we see the full picture, we can start making intentional decisions about creating space for those 20 hours of study. Think of your current schedule like juggling balls in the air. Work, family, home, social. You've got a rhythm going. Adding CFP study hours is like adding 3 more balls to your routine. The reality is you can't keep on adding balls without dropping everything. Instead, you're going to need to be intentional about which balls to keep in rotation, which to hand off to someone else, and which to set down, at least for now. And this is where the 3D framework comes in. Decrease, delegate, delete. Let's start with decrease. What in your life right now could you compress without eliminating completely? Maybe it's your hour-long gym session that becomes 30 minutes of focused workout, or your Netflix unwinding time becomes 1 episode instead of 2. Don't make this mistake, which I've done in the past, of trying to delete all of your unproductive time. Because here's the thing, studying for 3 months straight with no downtime isn't just unsustainable, it's ineffective. Your brain needs those low-key moments to reset. So our goal here is to be honest about what can be shortened while maintaining the benefit. Next up is delegate. This is where we get creative about passing tasks to others. Maybe it's time to try a meal delivery service. Or if you're involved in community activities like running your church study group, consider asking someone else to temporarily take the lead. I recently talked to a CFP candidate who found a different way to delegate. In the weeks before his exam, he asked his wife to handle all the driving so he could use his commute time to mentally review concepts and equations. His creative approach to finding extra study time paid off when he passed the exam. Now, while delegation can help lighten your load, sometimes you need to take more drastic measures. And that's where delete comes in. These are the things you're going to temporarily stop doing. For me, a lot of group social activities fall in this category. That weekly happy hour with coworkers, not for the next 3 months. This isn't about permanently giving up things you value. It's about being strategic about trade-offs for a defined period of time. And speaking about strategic choices, if you're finding these tips helpful, take a quick second to hit the like button. This is a new channel, so every like and subscribe helps more aspiring CFPs find these videos. Okay, so let's talk specifically about family time. The key here is to protect quality while reducing quantity. My husband takes my son to all his swim classes now, but I make sure that our Friday movie nights and sleepovers remain sacred. Look, I know this sounds daunting, but remember, this is temporary. What I've learned through every major career transition and every bout of burnout is that you can do anything, but you can't do everything. Your time and energy are finite resources. And so that's exactly why you shouldn't do this alone. Even the best time management strategies fall apart without support with the right systems in place. Here's a question I want you to consider seriously. Who are the 2 to 3 people whose support you absolutely need to make this work? Got them in mind? Good, because we're going to talk about how to have some crucial conversations with them. Let's start with your partner. Sit down together when you both have energy and time to really talk. Share why the CFP matters to you, what it means for your family's future, and most importantly, what these next few months might look like. Be specific about what you need. Instead of, I need more help, try, would you be able to handle the kids' bedtime routines Monday through Thursday? Have your decrease, delegate, and delete list ready to share. And here's the critical part. Ask them what they need to make this work. Maybe it's ensuring that you're fully present during dinner time, or keeping Sunday afternoons free for family time. Now, at work, the conversation looks different, but it's equally important. You're not necessarily asking for less work, but you are asking for support and maintaining boundaries. Most managers want to see their teams grow professionally, so your CFP pursuit is likely going to be at support. After all, it's not just a personal goal, it's a professional development that directly benefits the company. Be clear and specific about what you need to succeed, whether it's blocking off your calendar during prime study hours, protecting your lunch break for focused review time, or establishing consistent meeting times. Don't hesitate to outline what might work best for you. And here's the key. Walk into that conversation with a clear plan. Look, I've mapped out my critical work deliverables for the next 3 months, and here's how I'm going to meet them while preparing for the exam. When you show that you've thought through both your needs and your contributions, most managers will be eager to help you make it work. The key with all of these conversations is to be specific, time-bound, and solution-focused. You're not asking for indefinite support. You're presenting a clear plan for a defined period of time, specific ways that can help you to succeed. Remember, most people actually want to support your growth. They just need to know how. All right, so you've done the hard work of creating space and building your support systems. Now let's make sure that every minute of studying counts. Because here's the secret. Success isn't about motivation. It's about systems. First, lock in your study times. Most successful candidates find that they'll need 1 to 2 sessions on weekdays, plus longer blocks on the weekends. For me, this means 2 hours in the morning when my toddler is still asleep and my focus is sharp. Just like my gym routine, if I wait until the end of the day, life has a way of derailing my plans. I also carve out time during lunch for lighter tasks like flashcard reviews, and Sundays are my deep work days. I block off 5 to 6 hours, but I do keep Saturdays free for family time. Now, picking your times are just the start. You need to minimize the friction between deciding to study and actually studying. This is where your environment becomes crucial. Set up a dedicated quiet space, create a focused playlist, develop what I call a boot up routine. I grab a pastry from the local coffee shop a block away and steep a cup of coffee. The ritual doesn't matter as much as the consistency. And here's the game changer. Always know what you're studying next. Before you finish each session, write down exactly where you're going to pick up tomorrow. No more wasting precious moments figuring out what to tackle next. And speaking of wasted moments, lock out your environment. Put your phone away, block social media sites, use noise-canceling headphones if you need to. Every interruption costs you more than just the time it takes. It breaks your mental flow. Look, I know your calendar still looks really packed, and adding 20 hours of studying each week still feels daunting. But this isn't about superhuman discipline or giving up everything you enjoy. It's about being intentional with your time and energy for a season. If you're still deciding which CFP coursework or CFP exam review program to go with, check out my video where I review the top online programs. I'll see you in the next one.